Hooray, it's Goddess Box, and it's a nice oversized one. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here. So let me unpack everything and then we will start filming and have a look at it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am in awe of this. Look at this beautiful crescent moon rainbow maker. This big, beautiful stone. I love this so much. Right when I unpacked it, I was like hyperventilating. It's so gorgeous. Wow. So I have a clear stone like this that is a light catcher, but when you color it in purple, it is absolutely amazing. This thing is huge and it's so well made. I'm so impressed. It's so beautiful. So you guys, that's just one of the offerings. That's amazing. This is normally like a $22 value in itself. Look how large and wonderful the crystal is. I love that. But this really caught my eye. I love this so much. Oh my gosh. The lunar and solar ceramic mug, so you can enjoy your favorite herbal brew or morning coffee in this really cool stellar mug. I love that. Look, daydreaming. I love that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So let's see what this is all about too. This is the new moon roll-on. Create new beginnings and renew your energy with the essential oil blend of lavender, chamomile, lemongrass, peppermint, and rosemary. I love those because lemongrass and peppermint, they're like stimulants and they wake you up. And I love that any smell of lemon just does it for me 100%. And then right in this, we have a lunar calendar right here. I'm loving that. It's wrapped up. Let's give it a little unwrap so you can see. I thought it was a bag at first, so how exciting. Oh yeah, there we go. Wow, it is. Wow, this is amazing. So look at this. We got a beautiful lunar calendar. How gorgeous. Wow. Love, love, love that. Everything's so kind of purpley and beautiful. So at first I thought it was a garnet, but this huge, stonking, amazing stone right here is called a raw strawberry quartz. You can channel the moon's nurturing energy and welcome peace. I love it. It's almost like sugar coated and frosty when you feel it. Oh, I love that strawberry quartz. I've made some jewelry out of that too. And then of course you have your gorgeous Moon Phases Oracle pack right here. And I'm going to unpack this because this looks so impressive. This is a Crystal Dreams pillowcase, and it also has a pocket in it to put your crystals. So look at this. Oh, and it's satin. So your hair, you know, it's really good for your hair to have satin, which I love. Look at this. Is like a full size, beautiful pillowcase. And look at the little moon in the bottom. And then it has the pocket for your crystals to go in. Yeah, I remember reading ages ago that having anything that is satin or silk is really good for your hair. So this is the Moon is My Muse and Moon Goddess pack right here. Wow. So you get the quartz, you get the Moon Phases Oracle pack, the new moon roll-on, Crystal Dreams pillowcase, the lunar calendar, the crescent moon rainbow maker, and the lunar solar ceramic mug, which is just off the charts. This is so dreamy. I love, love, love this. So you guys, that's your Goddess Provisions, and all you need to do to order yours is you can go right onto Goddess Provisions, is on IG too, at Goddess Provisions, and get yours. Wow, I'm really impressed. So knocking it out of the park again, Goddess. Thank you. All right, and now for Indigo Tarot Odyssey, a beautiful new moon read. I'm loving this new moon in Scorpio. Some of you guys are going to just feeling like you are set ablaze. Things that you have been wanting to do and the direction you have been wanting to move in is going to show up for you. I feel like, you know, things feel mercurial, like let's go do this, and you know, there's no more pretense of what you do or do not want. You just know it's this, let's go for it. And I feel like your senses are going to feel on fire and things are going to be illuminated that you really want to take place, and you're no longer going to ignore, you know, your wise promptings to go do things. You're just going to have focus and follow through. And I feel like you're going to really feel like you're facilitating change where you want to and where it's necessary. So I'm going to use some of the beautiful Archeo cards in your read too, as well as our tarot. So we're going to start with number 1 will be Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings. Number 2 is Meandering Pathway, Flow. And number 3 is Rainbow Waterfall, Miracles. And I'm going to let you guys make your choice. And what I'm going to do is get this deck ready, and I'm going to shuffle them because I did a fun I'm trying to think if I did it over here. Oh, you know what I'll do for you guys too at the end of this? I'll do a quick flip through because the art is amazing. This is the beautiful RKO deck, and it's amazing. Nick Bantuck is amazing. He's a New York Times bestselling author, and he really hit it out of the park with this, and I was like so impressed with this. And this deck is really, really useful. So what I'm going to do for number 1 is I'm going to pull 2 of these, and then we're going to get some clarifiers with our gorgeous celestial tarot. We're going to see what the new moon's going to be bringing for you. Remember, you guys, new moon, fantastic for letting go of whatever isn't working, releasing all of that and deciding, listen, I'm only going to focus on what I want and have my follow through and my absolute, like, I'm going to have my rose tinted glasses. I'm going to have these scenarios in my head for best case scenario, win-win scenarios, feeling good about the direction I'm moving and getting rid of all this other stuff. So let's start with the first 2. So the Shadow Diver and the Star Climber. I want to actually look in the book and see what the Star Climber says. And you guys, they have amazing, like in the back of the book, if you watch my other channel, you realize they have a tale for each one of these cards too. It's like the Demon's Tale, the Awakener's Tale. It's so poetic and lovely and gorgeous that I'll read the one for the Star Climber after. But the Star Climber in the book talks about, let's see. The Star Climber places a ladder against the night sky and begins to ascend the heavens. His intention is to reach beyond all the mortal limits of gravity and explore the infinite possibilities of human consciousness. As he ascends, he looks down on everything below and is rewarded with an understanding of his purpose. So this is wonderful. This is realizing, you're going to have a sense of replenishment and restoration, and it's going to feel really good. And part of that is you're going to understand your intentions of why you want certain things, and also all the grand possibilities to get there. Once we understand our purpose, life, I'm telling you, is so enhanced because we really look and find all of the helpful steps along the way. We start to read the synchronicities. We start to feel like not only capable, but like we were born for this, whatever it is, when we understand our purpose. And oftentimes it just slips in. All of a sudden there's just a knowing too. Now the Shadow Diver is really cool. In the book it talks about the attributes are. It's a spiral down through the tunnels of your history, discovering your deserted specters, your discontent or trauma, and once we locate it, it brings them back to the surface where we can resolve them. On earth, buried scars, forsaken longings, all of this can be attended to, mended, and laid to rest. So with this new moon, let's start to ask ourselves, like, where do we feel triggered and why? Why can somebody say just something that seems benign to others, but it will send us up? It can be something from our childhood. Queen of Wands. So again, with this, you're going to rectify the stall and disinterest in life. You're going to feel refortified, and you're going to feel like you are really taking charge not only of your passions, but your life path. And your approach is going to be really enthusiastic, really like, I don't need immediate results, but I'm going to stick the course because I really want to see what this will bring me and how. And let's see what's going on with the Star Climber. 10 of Wands too. You're going to learn, and again, with this and the Shadow Diver, to release these burdens that aren't yours. Why are you carrying them? Do you have anxiety for other people? Are you trying to problem solve for them all the time? Are you going out of your way and inconveniencing yourself, like hellaciously, to convenience other people? Yeah, and I mean just driving yourself in circles, and then you get tired. We have to sometimes be careful not to get that that victim mentality, like, why do I have to do all this? You don't have to do anything. This reminds you of that. If it exhausts you and tires you, break the pattern, really break the pattern. I used to do this. I used to drive everybody, pick them up, drive them home after work. And I'd be exhausted. I'm like, not going to do it. Yay. Now we love this when it comes to shadow work. It means you're going to be able to release this stuff. You really are. It could be when you need the approval of others. It could be you needing, extra motivation to sometimes do the smallest things. I'm not great at like the mundane and tasks, and like if I get a whim to go do something creative, I follow that. But what happens is time disappears. So then, everyday things can start to lapse. It's like then I don't feel like cooking or cleaning if it's late at night after I've been doing a lot of creative things. But this is saying that you're going to be able to no longer carry other people's burdens and don't belong to. That also means if they're trying to project their BS onto you, you're going to notice that and be like, no, thank you. I'm just going to hand that back to you. That's your problem. That is your skewed viewpoint. Your vantage point doesn't belong in my lighthouse. Like, I understand what I want. So nobody is going to be trying to force their ideas about who you should be or where you're going, which is really wonderful. You're going to understand, hey, wow, what I didn't even notice this constant persuasion trying to take place within this. But like internally, we can just sometimes feel agitated by something, but now you're going to be able to rectify it and say thank you. You feel more connected to source. You're able to speak up for yourself, set your boundaries, and be like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm good with who I am and where I'm going. I just want to see in the back because I'm really curious. I love these tails so much. They're so amazing. So let's see what the star do. I mean, nobody writes like this guy. He's just absolutely unbelievable. So they have these little tails, and they're almost like these beautiful little poetic things. So in the book, like, see, at the end of the book, they have this wonderful little thing. Now, the Star Climber's Tale. Thrice a year, Perrault climbs one of the palace's marble columns and addresses posterity. Why me? Why all the people am I required to mourn the fate of humankind? Do we deserve our fate, or is it merely a sign of your casual cruelty? Normally at this point, Perrault would retreat, but suddenly, pithy with rebellion, he continues climbing upward. When he reaches the column's peak, he transfers a flimsy ladder that stretches into the heavens. The elation he suddenly feels is unquestionable, and when he reaches the first star, he leans out and polishes it with his sleeve. So, I mean, it's just fun little tidbits in that. But I love this because this really does remind us that we impose these limitations that we think are out there on ourselves, and it's simply not true. Teachers might have said it when we were in school. Oh, you don't have the skill set for that. Parents, oh, if you do that, you'll get hurt, you'll be disappointed, blah, 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 blah. But the Star Climber lets us release all that and move on and have these great expectations and also fulfill them, right, by dropping all of the other stuff. Staying passionate about what we want in the direction we're going. Love that for you, Group 1. Awesome. Enjoy your new moon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below, you guys. New beginnings for you for sure. I just feel like it's like, boom, big whitewash, new blank script, fresh page for you. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, now we're on to Group 2, Meandering Pathway and Flow. So I feel like if you guys chose this, you are looking for and entering more of a flow state, where you are persistent in your goals and getting to where you want to go and not being aggravated, waylaid, or feeling pessimistic about life. It's like much more optimism coming in, really feeling like you've got this. Oh yeah, this was in yesterday's intimate. That's so funny. These are two of the cards that were in yesterday's daily pop. And let me go in the book and just kind of reiterate what this was about. This is the Duende is a spirit of the deepest creativity, a silent sound, a struggle that surges up. It's ancient cultures and action. It calls out to us. It's one of those things that comes full force or not at all. It just burns through us and it sears away our resistance. It fires us up with a power that is beyond our normal capacity for expression. It's making us an outlet for profound art, music, that sort of thing, where we are just so moved by something. And some of Nick's writing in his book, this is his deck, is like that for me. Like, I'm just rendered speechless sometimes by things that are so beautiful, right? So that's part of what's going to be happening for you. And let me get where did I put the Celestial Tarot? We're going to grab two and see in what direction that's going to kind of take you. But I feel like flow state gets us there, right? Yay! So your wishes, I feel like some of you guys, if you're creatives, if you're writers, whatever it is, I feel like start writing down the direction that you want your life to take. Some wishes. What is on your wish list? When you wake up, just say, what is something, if it could just happen right now, I would love it. Now, am I taking actionable steps towards that? It could be anything, a fantastic, exercise retinue. It could be a full organization of your house or office. Just what would really make you feel really good and empowered and like something you've been putting off for a while. It could be contact with a family member, something like that, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to have the capacity to do this and do it more effortlessly too, because you're going to be in that flow state where you're like, I'm not making anything that big of a deal. And Four of Wands, we're in the past. I love this because this is like the wedded bliss card, people getting along, great social energy, and that's definitely going to be taking place. And also in the intimacy card, you're going to be able to have great conversations, and they're really going to count. Like, it's really going to hit home how you feel and why. It doesn't matter if it's like a friendship talk that's long overdue, in a couple, whatever it is, you're going to be able to really get down to things and get the results that you want. Really speak up, really kind of purify the energy. And a lot of you guys, I feel like there's unspoken sentiments. People aren't mind readers, you know what I mean? So tell people, I love when you do this for me. You're really special for me. This really helps me. You are amazing, whatever it is. And, this schism, this hurt me, not speaking to you for months, so on and so forth. You're going to be able to break through that wall of communication and really speak eloquently and get to the point and be able to mend some of these schisms that you have in there. Definitely taking place, and I love this. So some of you guys, by doing this, you're now going to level up in your relationship with this people or individuals. It could be across that, because also this is, if we've also been swallowing a lot of guff, like people doing flaky, weird, crazy things that we're not a big particular fan of, we're going to be able to be very diplomatic and explaining, with this new moon, why it just rubs us the wrong way and what kind of ramifications it has. And do we want to rectify this? Because this is also kind of like a wash with your needs not being met, but the other person just being like, Bink, I'm good, bye. You know what I mean? Like a dumping their emotions and complaining and then going on their merry way, that type of thing, where you feel, whoa, this is kind of one-sided. Now you're going to feel like balance, 2 and 2. The wedded bliss card, feeling good, coming together. So really represent for yourself and say, these are my hopes, and this is what I would like to accomplish with this. And I feel like you're going to be very smooth and very eloquent in that. But also on a personal note, you're going to have a lot of freedom and flow. Make that wish, write it down, say it out loud. Keep saying whatever it is. I'm ready to travel to Europe. I'm traveling to Europe. I'm excited. I'm packing my bags. Build your wardrobe. Do all these things. Have visuals in there. And start to write things down. Make an actual list. I know when I want to go somewhere or do something, I write down what I'm taking with me. I start to formulate a plan. It really carries weight. It really shifts that energy, and I'm doing this. And that's exactly what you're going to be doing in a really unique way, group 2. I love that. I love all the symbolism in this card too. It's so beautiful. Just pouring out her big vase of gems and sparkly, amazing treats. I just love this. And all the symbolism for everything and the stars. I just love it. Beautiful. So that's you guys. So make your wish. You're ready for this. I mean, you're gonna understand depths that you had a hard time tapping into before. Real richness, real multi-layered understanding of what motivates you, what your intentions are, why you have that, understanding your intentionality, and great communication skills too. So gorgeous. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. All my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything, I'd love for you guys to come over to IG. I love these cards so much. They're just so beautiful. So you guys, now we're going to go on to number 3, which is miracles. So right now, that's saying, what do you want to invite into your life? If the universe was just ready to heed some of your commands, what would some of them be? Where do you want to initiate change? Where do you need to lighten your load? Where do you really want your focus to be? For some of you guys, if it's a hard time concentrating, how can I really initiate change in that? It really is about simplifying and taking away more than it is adding in these new moons, because I'm like that. If I'm like, oh, I'm going to make some jewelry, I'll start pulling in so many different trays of stuff, I'll overwhelm myself. And if I just pull out one trays of like silver and blues, then I can concentrate. So you're going to be simplifying. A lot of miracles coming in. Ooh, let's see. And I am going to look in the book because I haven't used either of these cards, or neither of them have come up. And I like his writing, so I just kind of want to see what he's initiating in the card for this. So Dreamer brings renewed hope, and the dreams he weaves will act as a source of regeneration. He helps you translate your abstract thoughts from image to language and back again. And he reminds you that life has alternating phases, and that the sun and the moon take turns in lighting the way. By day you strive with the practical purpose, but at night you live through the lens of an intuitive kaleidoscope. Really beautiful. And what is And then Herieth, let's see what that is. A, B, C, D, F. I just want to do this off the cuff and see part of like what the book also has to say, because he's really got some interesting insights. So the attributes of this is the Herieth is elusive. She is the sense of loss and nostalgia we feel for a place or a person that we never knew. She is the missing, which lingers like a dull aching grief in your bones. If you chase her, she recedes. If you invite her to make herself known, she may approach and relieve you of your hollow longing. So this is really, as a persona, it's something within us that sits and it just kind of gnaws, it gnaws at us, a vague conscious emotion that can never be brought to the surface and named. And the Welsh have a word for this, a Morpheus sensation, and it's called Heraeth. And it's defined as a homesickness for a home to which you cannot return, or a place which maybe never was. It's like yearning, and as humans, we want. And I love this in cohesion. We're going to pull two of these too. With the dreamer, it means we're going to be able to locate part of that. And really, that's the miracle. What is it that we really want? Because as humans, we're constantly in a state of wanting, right? But let's look way beyond the superficial. Let's look way beyond the shiny and the shallow. Let's really look to what is missing in your life. Do you have a yearning to see a specific place on earth? Do you really want to go there to meet a specific person, or see them in concert, or purchase a book, or travel? Usually it is about a place. There are places that call to us, right? Really start to investigate that and see what it might be about. Yeah, because your perspective now is going to be like, well, damn, I can go there. Look at that beautiful balance. And you're going to make a choice. You're going to say, no more restrictions. If I want to go see this relative, go see my grandmother, or haven't seen her, travel over here, or go, some kind of your own personal Mecca, and go on and I still have yet to do this for the last couple years, and I'm really looking forward to it. I want to just go to a place where I'm basically just in the woods for days and days and days someplace. I would love to do this. Upward New England, maybe Maine, but not in the middle of winter, because that's cold as hell. Just be around there, because me and my cousins, oh my gosh, when we were like 10 and 12, we didn't give a crap. We grabbed our tents, we went out. My aunt she had hundreds of acres on her property, and we would just go off in these evergreens and just forget it. Bears, moose, we didn't even care. That's what blows my mind now, and I would love to do something like that. Grab a tent and a hammock and go out for a couple days, just like cleanse in the woods. There is a place or an area that calls to us. It could be a seashore, it could be whatever. But I feel like now your perspective is, I'm deserving of this retreat, of this place. And so often it is a grounding and purifying and replenishing visitation when we get to do that, and we allow that for ourselves. But oftentimes we just back burner it for so long, thinking, oh, well, I'll do that. But you're going to take active steps towards that. And it could be even just going to an Airbnb that's really beautiful, and it's a whole new source of energy for you to go write, to go sketch, to go do something. But it's like far from the maddening crowd, and it's a fresh, purified kind of like space for you, where it's only you and no one else is bothering you or intruding whatsoever. And you just get to be like, wow. And you feel like when you come back from that there is reciprocity, there's balance. Because I feel like we need to silence and simplify before we can rectify and let things amp back up, right? We need removal of things. We need removal of, because we pull things in, right? Like, let's pull in this and I'll do that and I'll study this. And then our plate gets a little too full. So now is a time of removal and renewal. So you can say, that's not as important as I thought I was. That doesn't really, that doesn't really ring true with me anymore. Because like anything, beliefs, people, everything, it's like the fall leaves. They start to change and they fall away. And then we have new beliefs, understanding, and we go to a different level as well. And that's definitely what you're doing. You feel really like, you know what? I really want to get rid of illusions in my life. Like, I know that this isn't true, so I don't understand why I am operating like this. And it's like this miraculous luminosity that comes in, great understanding of yourself, right? And then we approach things differently. We're not triggered. Things don't bother us. We feel like we're stabilized because we're helping ourselves. We're understanding our internal workings, our triggers, and what we need more of and what we need less of. And you're definitely going to be able to identify that beautifully, Group 3. So I love that. So happy new moon, and we will talk soon.